Justice. He was involved in preventing an investigation of corruption right here in San Francisco at OSHA, where the Whistleblower Protection Program was. And Darrell Whitman was fighting for whistleblowers, he was fighting for health and safety, and he was attacked and bullied along with other lawyers at the office, the federal office. So here's his statement.
This is Dr. Darrell Whitman. This is my statement in support of Julian Assange. The continuing threats to Julian Assange are an offense to decency and justice. Those who issue these threats are our enemy, using the power of the corporate state and its camp followers in the deep state and media to obscure their true intentions. The attacks are not on Julian Assange the man, but on democracy and the people's right to know what their governments are doing. And the evil of what they are doing thrives in the darkness they protect. 6 years ago, when I first began to challenge corruption in the federal government, I didn't know that same government was secretly monitoring my and every American's activities. We only learned about that because Julian Assange and WikiLeaks gave Ed Snowden the opportunity to tell us. These revelations earned Assange and WikiLeaks the hatred of powerful criminals, which are heavily invested in corrupting governments all over the world. In the summer of 2016, Assange and WikiLeaks earned the hatred of a new class of criminals, the corrupt masters of the Democratic Party. When they published the John Podesta emails, these emails revealed not only the manipulation of the Democratic Party, but the extension of that corruption into the very heart of our government. When I read about the connections between Podesta and Carolyn Lerner, the head of the Federal Office of Special Counsel, I began to connect the dots between the corruption inside the government and the corruption outside the government. Once those dots connected, I saw the depth and breadth of the corruption and how it presented a direct assault on our constitutional democracy. Without Assange and WikiLeaks, we are blind. We must now act to protect him and those who work with him in WikiLeaks because they are essential to protecting us. Julian should be free to leave the Ecuadorian embassy on his own terms, as the European Court of Justice has declared. And rather than threats, Julian and WikiLeaks should be lauded as the defenders of democracy that they are. Today, I proudly stand with Julian and all other whistleblowers who have put their selfish interests aside to protect their families, friends, fellow workers, and communities by standing up for truth and justice. Freedom for Julian Assange. Justice for all whistleblowers.